Welcome back to Lorde Lore, the show where we go over all the Lorde lore. We have a new email that just came out, and before we get into it, I just want to say thank you for sticking with this channel. Thank you for sticking with me. I know there's some people here who have stuck around since Solar Power released. I've been traveling here, there, everywhere, and haven't been as consistent as I want, but you know what? I appreciate you for sticking around. It really does mean a lot, and more to come, more to come. Just you wait. Make sure to check out my Instagram at KevinDouletTypeB if you want to see some more about what I'm doing in my life. So this email, yes, it is out. There was a post a while ago that Lorde said that she was like, oh, I'm going to release an email soon. And it took a little time. It felt a little belated, and people were like, where are you? Where's music? Blah, blah, blah. You know, with Lorde, you always got to remember she's a human, just like any other artist, and she needs to be taken as one. And I think you see this humanity the most here, because honestly, this email it's definitely a tough one. She's going through it a little. Let's get into it. So she starts off with saying that she's been in London recently. She's been staying in besides going to work, specifically those lines being like, I go to work, I walk home or take the train. Wherever she's going, listen, it could be music. It could be stuff about pure heroin turning 10 in a week. It could be, I don't know, she might have taken up a pottery gig. She's a potist. I'm going to assume it's music. I mean, she's been saying she's been doing some music for a while now. Doesn't mean it's going to come anytime soon. Maybe she's just been inspired, but it's something. I go to bed thinking about what I'm making. I mean, it could be pots. It really could. But this might be about music. And, you know, that's good that she's able to keep doing this as long as she's happy. But I don't know if she's specifically too happy right now because it seems like she's going through a little heartbreak. I'm going to read through some of this email word for word now. I'm living with heartbreak again. It's different but the same. I ache all the time. I forget why and then remember. I'm not trying to hide from the pain. I understand now that pain isn't something to hide from, that there's actually great beauty in moving with it. But sometimes I'm sick of being with myself. I eat chocolate and try to manipulate the endorphins, bring back the sweet happiness of Easter morning. I sit in the time machine and wait for it to move, but it hasn't been invented yet. My body is really inflamed. It's trying to tell me something and I'm trying to support it, but nothing seems to help and I get frustrated. My gut isn't working properly, my skin is worse than ever, and I've gotten sick half a dozen times. I've realized earlier this year that listening to my body is hard for me. It's something I never really learned how to do. I've been trying to teach myself that this year, but it's been hard actually. Pretty confronting. Has made me fully aware of all the times I ignored it or didn't give it what it needed. Shamed it for a fight or flight response. Took a handful of pills and pushed through. The little yellow pill I took every morning for thousands of mornings since I was 15, I stopped taking 5 days ago. Gonna see how it goes. I go online and look at everyone. Beautiful people sing to me. Everyone's gotten really good at the same thing. I look at arched backs and the wet flower mouths, the right bag, the right sunglasses. I wonder if it feels as good as it looks. It's been so long since I chose the best picture from 100, lined it up like putting an arrow taut in a bow, and let it go. Everyone looks very thin. Just thinking that makes me tired and far away. I'm not sure if it's having an effect on anyone else. I keep spending money, wondering if what's in the package will make me feel right, but I guess I buy the wrong things. I was going to go to Fashion Week in Paris, had all these grand plans, but this week I texted my manager and pulled out. At the start of my career, I promised myself I'd never be one of the people in the light smiling if it wasn't real. Okay, so yeah, a heartbreak. It's a breakup. I mean, it really could be anything else, but if it was anything else, I think that we'd have a little more detail on it. Yeah, heartbreaks suck, and it seems to be hitting her pretty tough. I mean, we get a lot of like vivid details here, stuff that she probably kept from us, like in the past on previous emails, like on previous rewrites and stuff like that. Seems like looking online definitely doesn't like help her either. Like just saying everyone looks very thin, and just looking online makes you feel tired. Listen, I feel the same way all the time. I have to limit like what I look at a lot on the internet because it just doesn't make me feel good too much. It might just be like an introverted side where you see what other people are doing and it just makes you feel tired. But I mean, I completely understand what she's trying to say here. I know she was in a long-term relationship for a while, like a couple years. And I mean, shifting from that, it's tough. It's going to be tough no matter what. It's great that she's this vulnerable with us because honestly, I don't think any strangers deserve to know this information personally, but I mean, she's just trying to be real. She's trying to be real with us. And a little later after this, she goes into kind of how she feels making music or making art in general. It might seem funny or easy to forget, but I make records because I need to. These songs are spells, a spell to let go of something, a spell to unlock a door. Every time I put something into words just as I see it, set it to the right music, a knot comes loose in me. But it hurts too, confronting the knots. I've made enough records to know that this feeling of my skin coming off is a part of it. I know I'm going to look back on this year with fondness and a bit of awe, knowing it was the year I locked everything into place. The year that transitioned me from my childhood working decade to the one that comes next. One that, even through all of this, I'm so excited for. It's just hard when you're in it. This might be the trickiest paragraph for me to analyze. I love the first part, that she's saying, okay, these songs, these are what they feel like to me. I love it. It's what I'm meant to do. Hearing that is still amazing. That, this is her job, but she's so passionate about it still. I very much wonder what she means that when she says, the year that transitioned me from my childhood working decade to the one that comes next. I think her saying okay, pure heroine, melodrama, even solar power, she was in a different era. She was more of a child. She was less mature. Maybe that's what she's saying. And now she feels herself in very much a new part of her life. That is some insane self-analysis and self-understanding. And if that's true and she looks back on this time and still be yeah, I felt I was right on that. That's going to be crazy. I don't know exactly what she means, and I don't know if anyone will. I don't want to speculate too hard because my brain is going to really break down if I do. It's just great to see she's still passionate about music. That's not gone. After this, she goes into some books, some more music she likes, some inspirations and organizations she's trying to help support. Some broad strokes. And she also gave us some photos from the tour that you'll see throughout this video. I mean, this is obvious, but just the culture of being oh, release shit. You're kind of a product. Listen, not everyone's Taylor Swift, where she's obviously going through it too, but I think she understands. She's okay, I'm at my peak. Let me really pump out this stuff. Let me make as much money as possible. There's going to be a time where she's going to retire and she's going to rest. Listen, not everyone's like that. Lorde very much needs to take her time, and she seems like she's still working and stuff, but she's just very vulnerable, and I think she likes that she's at this state where, if she was at a Taylor Swift level of fame, she probably couldn't do stuff like this. There'd be so many more people other than me, breaking down and talking about this kind of stuff. She finishes with, I think, the most important part. I hope you're taking care of yourself. Don't worry about me. I still laugh every day. It's all moving, even when it goes slow. I've accepted the mission. I have a self to recover. She says she's going to be okay. Trust her when she says that. She's mature enough to be listen, this isn't the end of the world. I'm going to evolve. My job right now is to get through this and do my work. She's going to be fine. She's a tough lady. Let me know in the comments if you've ever felt a similar way about this kind of heartbreak, or just what she's describing, how her body's feeling. She's obviously not feeling too good. I mean, she's getting sick. Obviously, she's traveling, which is probably helping that too. Best we can do right now is give this girl some space. She's going to come back. She's going to be fine. Thanks for sticking around, everyone. This has been Lorde Lore.